Pops,
Yes.
car salespeople sell a lot more cars than you or I or anyone else buys. They're doing it every single day. We're doing it every couple of years. There's a lot of
Yes.
training that goes into selling, aka manipulating a customer into buying a car.
Yes.
You've come up with 3 kind of common word tracks, things that salespeople are trained to say or how they're trying to influence a conversation. I thought I'd read them out to you.
Sure.
And you can react to them, okay?
Absolutely.
Number 1.
Yeah.
Will you be replacing a current car or merely adding a new vehicle today? Great. So you'll be trading in your current vehicle. Do you own that free and clear, or are you still making payments on it? Still making payments? Great. Who do you send the payments to each month, and exactly how much is your current payment? Explain some of the trickery that's tied up in all of this word track.
Well, first of all, they know that you got there in a vehicle, and they want to establish early on if you're trading it or not. They want to know if there's a trade-in, because that trade-in can help them manipulate the pricing. They'll talk about trade allowance instead of actual cash value for your trade. So they want to know if you have a trade. They want to know what your current payment is, because if you tell them, well, gee, my current payment's $485 a month, they know they're going to be able to push you above that limit because, well, obviously, Mr. Smith, cars have gone up in price since you bought that last one. You don't expect to have the same type of payment again today, do you? So you're probably looking for a budget, I don't know, $585, $600 a month. So there's reasons that they're asking you these questions. They're filled with valuable information that they can get from you so that they can figure out how to structure the deal in a manner that's going to make them the most money.
Yeah, and you're also, by asking who do you send the payments to, you're also figuring out who the current lender is. That
Yes.
There's some insight there into actually the credit capability of that consumer.
Yes.
If you're making those payments to Credit Acceptance Corporation, then that salesperson now knows, okay, probably a subprime
Yes.
credit tier. If you're making those payments to, I don't know, Chase or whatever it is, you got a different idea. Number 2, Dad.
Yes.
Concerning your budget, what would be a comfortable monthly payment for you on your new vehicle? Oh, great. Yeah, so up to,
Yes.
how much would you be willing to spend? Oh, by the way, banks are looking for 20 to 25% cash or trade equity down. So on this $50,000 vehicle, that would be about $10,000. Were you planning on putting that or more down? Break this down, Pops. There's a lot in here.
Well, they want to know. They always want to know what your monthly budget is because they want to try and keep you on a payment. They want to keep you away from out-the-door pricing. So the way to keep you from out-the-door pricing is to constantly talk about what your monthly budget is for the vehicle. And whatever number you spout out, they're going to say up to. And the reason they're going to say up to is they want to see how much they can push you on the payment. And by saying, by the way, banks are looking for 20 to 25% down today, and on this $50,000 car, that would be approximately $10,000. Are you planning on putting that or more down? Well, that's putting the onus on the bank. The bank's asking for that. The dealership is not. And this will explain to the salesperson and the sales management team exactly how much cash you are planning on putting down when you answer that question.
And to be clear, I mean, sure, the bank doesn't mind having more of a more significant down payment, but it's not the way that this is phrased. I mean, the bank would also do it if you put 5% down or 10% down. So it's
in
really,
some cases, if you have really good credit, they'll do it with nothing down.
they'll do it when you trade in your vehicle and have
Yes.
negative equity. They'll
Yes.
go above 100%
Yes.
vehicle value. So this is actually a way for the salesperson to manipulate the customer by making them think, oh, it's not the salesperson who's seeking out this information, it's the bank who's asking for it, which is not accurate, not true.
And it allows the dealership to make more profit on the deal. The
Absolutely.
more cash down, the more cash you can get down as a salesperson at the dealership, the greater the profit can be. No cash usually means that the profit isn't going to be nearly as big as when you have, I don't know, $10,000 down on a $50,000 vehicle. Now through January 1st, type in gift 50 and get 50% off your YAA Plus membership, or gift 150 to save $150 on your extended warranty. Go to joinyaa.com to save now.
Another great line in this, Dad, is up to. So when the salesperson asks
Yes.
you concerning your budget, what would be a comfortable monthly payment for you on your new vehicle? $550.
Up to?
Just be prepared. That's what,
Yeah.
and then you know what you're gonna say? $550.
Yeah, and then if they say the bank wants 20 to 25% down, in this case that'd be about 10 grand. Were you planning on putting that or more down? Well, if they say to you, well, geez, I was only planning to put, I don't know, $2,500 down, the salesperson's going to say at that point as well, up to. Because for every dollar they can push you, it allows them to make more profit on the deal.
Number 3, Dad.
Yes.
Assuming that we can make all the numbers work for you, the price of the new vehicle, the trade-in amount, and keeping your monthly payment at or below what you budgeted, would you go home in your new car today? You would go home in your new car today, wouldn't you? Everything's a leading question here.
Well, that's because that's what the salesperson's trained to do.
Yep.
Okay, because the salesperson wants to get a commitment. If you're on a vehicle in stock, he or she wants to get a commitment that after having worked out all the numbers to your satisfaction, that you're actually going to complete the transaction and take the vehicle home with you. Because that's the most leverage the salesperson has with his boss, the sales manager, to get a deal done. So, yes.
A 4th one, a common word track coming back from the test drive. You loved the car, didn't you? I
Yes.
mean, you could do this word tracks all day long. Everything's just a leading into how excited you are. And as a customer, your responsibility is to play it cool, act neutral, deflect.
Yes.
Hold your cards to your chest.
Well, and when you come as a customer you come up with an objection, the salesperson is trained to deflect it as much as they can.
So we to be very clear, we get into the weeds of this and more in Deal School 3.0. Okay, so if you like these word tracks, we also have the 100% free cheat sheet on what to say when the dealer says this, I say that. That is joinyaa.com/cheat. It's the shortest URL I could come up with. So check that out too. So here's 3 great examples. There's plenty more things that you need to be prepared for if you're going to go buy a car. And hopefully by watching this, by checking out those other resources, you'll put some money back in your pocket.
One would hope.
Thank you, Pops.
Thank you, handsome.